Hello everybody, welcome back. So, not a Wi-Fi issue, just basically a sudden application error. So, unfortunate, but here we are then. Back in. And we can just see the field leaving for their formation lap. Apologies for that. The stream should all be back up. It's everyone on the mediums except Julie Show, and then Garden, Ryan Berry, and Davo, who is going completely different and going for the soft compound of tires. So that's all of the strategy for us as they go through. And luckily the advantage is that due to a formation lap, I'm able to actually get back in, and we are not going to miss the start of this, because that would have been... But here we are then, watching the cars go through. And 27 laps ahead of us for this race. So you get 2 formation laps obviously in this kind of format, because one for the sprint, one for the main race. So the drivers get to do this twice. But obviously before they go into it, so here we go then. The cars just making their way to the end of the formation lap. So the speed racer alongside Hot Speed, alongside Jordan, and then Garrett. Oh, spin that actually for the Mercedes. And losing the car. So we're currently just looking at the field, and a speed racer's kind of placed his car trying to cover a bit of the inside. So here we go then, as we're just currently waiting. It's a wait, currently still waiting. And there we go. We should now all be set here for the main race around Monza. We are still waiting for the 5 red lights to come on. And we're on board with Hot Speed, the man in second place. His ERS is ready, so we're still waiting. So here we go. But I looks like... So what's happened now? Have I had another Wi-Fi mare or something? Well, last time it was an error, but... What's happened this time now? Painful. Right. We'll leave the session. I'll try get back in. And we've been told there's a red flag, so I'm guessing there's been an issue. I don't even have a clue. Literally, every time there's some kind of issue, I literally think it's mine, but... I mean, the first one was definitely mine, but... whatever we are seeing here... Well, I guess now we're just seeing cars drive around, and I did ask to exit, but... So, it looks like we're going to be having a restart then. Right. And... it's not even letting me exit, that's the thing. Do I... It's actually so... it's kind of like... I'm stuck here, aren't I? There we go. Is it finally letting me leave? I think it is. So all the drivers are gonna start the race on the same compound of tires. We're all getting spammed with an invite. But yeah, all the drivers need to quickly get in. I need to remember to put spectacles. I always do remember whenever I commented, but for some reason I didn't this time. So straight away, spectator. Okay. So all the drivers have to start on the same compound of tires as well that they obviously had before. I'll check for us if the formation lap is going to be on. And it is going to be a dry session, so there wasn't supposed to be any rain, so we're sticking with the same weather. Rules and flags is where I find formation lap, don't I? Formation lap is going to be on, so okay, so we'll have another one. Perfect. That's all the drivers just getting in now. So the drivers will be told when to ready up. I think we're just waiting for Ryan also to select his car as well. And Tony now. So 27 laps ahead of us. So we should have another formation lap. I'll see if that is still the case. Yep, so we'll be going on to another formation lap. So we should be readying up soon. So definitely what we can tell you, I guess this is also giving us the information that it's going to be dry throughout. So we're going to have dry conditions, so no wet weather to interfere with us today. And we're just going to have dry action. We have another, was it a lobby change? I'm just keeping an eye on the formation lap. Okay, well that's really the only thing I need to know. Because when do we start hyping up the race? When do we actually start hyping up the race? When we have the countdown, or do we have formation lap? Because sometimes, you know, I might just hype up the race and then there's formation lap. Oh, let's get the formation lap underway. Alright. Okay, everyone readying up then? So here we go then. 27 laps. Once again, we're going to do this procedure. So we have the countdown. And we now look to the pit lane. And sunny skies here in the pit lane. As you can see, we have the mechanics, which kind of look inside each other, but they might just be so close to each other. That looks like that from the camera angle, but it's kind of like they're all, but all standing by. Who's going to be in action? I mean, all of them will need to be in action because every car will need to make at least one pit stop. But who's going to be in most action today in the pit lane? Which mechanics? But all of them know that anything is possible. Now the red ones will be hoping that everything goes right for them in their home race. Well, AlphaTauri technically also, it's their home race as well. So we'll just remind ourselves, because we've had a bit of a break off the grid. Here we go, the timer now counting down. And we're all ready, once again, for the cars to go on a third formation lap. I'll go back to the tyres and see. I mean, everyone should be on the same ones, but yeah. So just in case if someone isn't, then the admins can easily compare the first and right. Okay. Tires. David was on the softs though. I'll actually get up the screen. I'll get up the stream. I'll get up the screen. Right. Okay. So David was on the softs. And then New Garden on the hards, right? Yeah. Julie Show was on the hards as well. I'm just making sure. I'm giving you an update on who probably might get a penalty. And then Brian Berry was also on the hards. And everyone else was on medium. So only Davo has changed his tyres because he was actually on the soft. So I was able to just quickly get the screen up. Well, once again, the drivers are on their formation lap. Third formation lap of the day. Let's hope that this one takes us to racing conditions and 27 laps of pure action around the Temple of Speed. And you can see Speed Racer making his way now towards the Ascari chicane. Hot Speed, then Jordan, Garrett, and then Risky, Tony, Ryan, Acorn. As the field go through on board momentarily with all of the drivers. Let's hope we can get a good camera angle now of the race start. And let's see what the main race will produce here around the Temple of Speed. So, are we going to get another battle between Speed Racer and Hot Speed? Are we going to see Jordan, who just sat behind them for the whole sprint? Is he now going to be the man to go on the attack in this race? Is Garrett or any of the drivers going to be able to improve? Who is going to win the Italian Grand Prix here Round 8 of the season. It's gonna be an interesting one. As once again, we can see all of the cars. And we'll, even though we can't see the lights, but we'll just stick with this camera angle. As here we go then. We have the 5 red lights coming on here at Monza with the Temple of Speed. Stand by for action. We're racing around Monza. Who's going to get the best start this time around? It is going to be Speed Racer, who gets away well. It is going to be Jordan, putting the pressure on Garrett, and Hot Speed is getting swallowed up by the packet. We head down into turn number 1. Are they all going to be able to make through? Dream start for Speed Racer. He leads the way. It's Garrett improving to second. Jordan in third. Speed Risky. Hot Speed has been swallowed up by the pack. Mighty be under pressure now. All the way as we watch a battle between Ryan and Tony. Through the Cara Grande we go. Are we going to see anyone going for the move? This is for third place. To the inside line. Thinking about it. That will be risky stuff. Around the outside. How did he keep it out of the gravel? There's still wheel to wheel as we head now down towards the Lismo 1. Who's going to have the position? It's going to be Jordan. Ahead of Risky. But, wow, what a start to the race that was. And already a lot of action. It is almost 9/10, just under 9/10 currently, but between the top 2 in this race. It's Risky, who's already putting the pressure on, and he's going to go for the move to the inside line. Out of the race goes Hayes, causing the virtual safety car. Now who was ahead? Speed Risky has got through, and he's up into third, so that's the move time to perfection. And the full course safety car has now been deployed, so the full safety car is now out on the opening tour here at Monza. And we knew there was going to be some kind of chaos that would happen. And Hayes, second in the championship, definitely not what he wants, and he's going to be so disappointed with that. He had a lot of points to gain over now Garrett, who runs in second place. It's speed currently the top 3. Let's see if they can carry and continue the speed throughout this whole race. The safety car waiting to pick up our race leader, Speed Racer, who was able to get the start and basically dominated down towards turn 1, dominated the opening lap. No one was able to get close to him, and it was Hot Speed from second all the way down to 5th. He's gonna have some work to do now, as we are behind now the Aston Martin safety car. And as we watch the field go through, and that's Ryan Berry over the chicane currently. And then now we're going to be getting, now obviously the drivers once again getting to warm up their tyres, and we're going to be seeing Speed Racer once the safety car obviously comes in lead us back. And there is a very long, it's basically a very long straight down towards turn 1, so well, it'll be interesting. Can Garrett try and get in the slipstream and go for the move on the restart? And late on the brakes you can be into one, so if you do get close you can try and make a move. As we go through and follow the safety car here, it is Ryan Berry currently at the back. It's Speed Racer at the front. Garrett in second. Our championship leader is going to be hoping that he continues his run so far, and he continues at least in the top 3. And then Risky, Jordan, as we were saying, Hot Speed. Now his goal, I mean, we've seen, and I want to see a battle for the lead, so I think we all do. I think we all want a bit of a battle, and if it's a lap after lap, then that's brilliant for us. So Hot Speed, if he wants to try and challenge just like in the sprint race, but this time come out on top, he needs to. It's crucial for him to get some overtaking done, and he probably if he is gonna have to clear some cars, unless they're all in a bit of a train, he'll then have to do some work to close up to Speed Racer. But if he, I mean, but if they're not together, and obviously the gap's a bit more spread, then there's a chance that we might be seeing Hot Speed having to close down. So getting the move done and then closing down the gap, and then obviously going for the move. But here we go. So the top 9 in this race, all on the mediums. It is Newgarden, Julie Show, and Ryanberry on those hard compound off tyres. So their restarts, basically the start, for example, of the Grand Prix. As the safety car's coming in, the start, for example, or the the safety car restart, all will affect them, because they're not going to be able to get the tires up to temperature as fast as the mediums. And obviously there's more grip on the mediums anyway in this stage of the race at least. So it'll be interesting to see if they're going to be able to, if we're going to see maybe Darrow and Sab challenge. But we're looking at the front of the field. About to begin lap number 4. Taking us back to Green Flag Racing is Speed Racer. He's ahead of Garrett. Now, who's going to go for some moves? It's Speed Risky. Who's going to try and take the risk on this restart? He pulls alongside his rival, and he's going to go for the move. He gets past, and through he goes. Can Garrett now fight back into the braking zone? Thinking about it. That is late on the brakes. Hot Speed thinking about a lunge to the inside. Not being able to get through, though, as they go through, and looks like I've had another application error.